Hey, this is Michael with digitaltshirtshop.com. So I think it's interesting how and where life leads you on occasions. Um, my wife and I recently moved into a new neighborhood, and in the new neighborhood, we met some new friends, and those new friends invited our kids, suggested our kids ought to go take taekwondo like their kids. And so we did. We went and tried it and liked it, and our little boys need something that will, get some of the energy out and help teach them a little bit of discipline, a lot of discipline. And anyhow, while I was sitting there one day, I got talking to one of the other parents that were sitting there, and this woman started telling me that, as we talked about jobs and what we do, that her husband, well, she started telling me that her husband does some seminars. I thought, oh, that's really interesting. First thought comes to mind is, well, if you do, the only people I know who do seminars are really dynamic people. You're really good at talking. You're really good at um, uh, engaging with people. I've got another buddy that does some motivational speaking and things. His name's Mark Patey. Mark Patey is owner of Best Tugs. Great guy, pilot, motivational speaker, successful businessman, uh, incredibly dynamic man. So I've got kind of this impression, and also I've also seen all the motivational speakers, and I've heard a lot of motivational speakers over the years. Um, so I've got this impression of who her husband might be. I'm kind of surprised, and as I got talking to her, and she kind of told me what the business was, and it's called Limitless. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. I'd never heard of it before, personally. So I went and investigated it a little bit, and her husband is Kris Krohn, and his the seminars that he does are the Limitless seminars, and I was really intrigued by it. I've always been a lover of uh, success and motivational speaking and personal development, and uh, I always think that I can learn from somebody else, whether it's through a book or whether it's through a video, whether it's through a talk, whether it's through some sort of uh, training or personal development training like this. And so I found it very fascinating. And I went back and I talked to her about it. And, one thing led to another. I am going to go and attend the Limitless seminar. I'm excited about it. It seems interesting. A lot of it is, again, personal development, finding yourself, mindset type things. Um, obviously, I don't know everything that they teach in it because I've never attended it, but I'm excited to go, and I'm excited to attend. I'm excited to go and learn from Kris and whoever else he has speaking and teaching there. Um, and you know, I think personally one of the ways that we as ourselves limit ourselves is just not being willing to learn from others. I know there are a lot of people that I can learn from in my life, all the way from my parents to grandparents to neighbors to friends. There are a lot of people who, in one way or another, have mentored me over the years through life. And likewise, we get older, we get jobs, and we find those people who are successful or know things that we don't know, and latch onto them or try to get them to mentor us and teach us, whether it's in a craft or a trade or a skill that we want to learn, or even in our place of employment. I see this as an opportunity, even if I don't do everything that Kris does, even if I don't subscribe to whatever he's selling. 'Cause he's probably selling something more than just Limitless. I know he's got a a whole bag full of things that he does, from real estate to all the way through this mentoring. Um, Even if I don't do all those things, I know that there have got to be things that might motivate me, that might inspire me, might teach me something that I don't know, and I'm willing to go and I'm willing to learn that. And I think it's important to be teachable, and I think it's important to learn from others. And obviously, not everything that he says may resonate well with me, and everything he says may not resonate well with you, but there are definitely going to be things that resonate with me, and there are definitely going to be things that would resonate with you as well. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the inspirational gain, looking forward to the insights I'll learn, and looking forward to being engaged and entertained by somebody who's hopefully pretty dynamic. Now, I have met Kris. One day at Taekwondo, he was there, and I went up and I talked to him, and he is an incredibly nice man, and appears incredibly engaging and incredibly thoughtful. And in just the brief few moments that I talked to him, I was impressed with, uh, as I talked to him, he gave me his entire complete attention, as though he was completely interested in me. And, I thought that was interesting. I think that takes skill, and maybe there's some true, genuine honesty within those actions as well, that uh, and I think there's if you learn to interact with people, I think there's a lot to learn about really engaging and really listening to people when you talk to them. And I know it seems as though his background, his degree is in marriage and family therapy or counseling or something like that, marriage and family studies or something of the sort. Maybe that's part of it, that he's learned to listen and listen to what you say, and engage in conversation that way. But anyhow, it did impress me, and I am looking forward to it, and I hope it ends up being a great experience. I'm sure that it will be, and I'll talk to you guys about it when I'm done and let you know what I thought. So hopefully, I've got rave reviews for it, which I'm sure I probably will. So I'm easily persuaded to really like something. I'm just not easily persuaded to buy it. So, but there you go. Limitless.